All right, and we continue to track Hurricane Idalia, and we know there is help on the way. Volunteers on the ground, including Team Rubicon, a group of military veterans who help out during these kinds of disasters. We want to bring in now Art delaCruz. He is the CEO of Team Rubicon. Art, thanks so much for being here.
Natasha, thanks for having me.
Tell us why a group of veterans who have already served their country, why would they mobilize and do this?
Yeah, Team Rubicon is actually a veteran-led humanitarian organization that helps communities before, during, and after natural disasters and humanitarian crises. And we take volunteers from all walks of life, but the veterans who have skills, experience, and education that are unique to their time in service can now reapply them to help people in communities on their worst days.
Yeah, it's really an incredible thing. And, we are monitoring the mandatory evacuation system in many areas, but the one in Cedar Key that's unfolding right now, I think, is emblematic of several other areas and communities right now. The commissioner there had said, quote, one word, leave. It is not something to discuss. And still about 100 residents, including some elderly, stayed behind there. Can you tell us about the unique challenges of a situation like this, especially with a vulnerable population?
Yeah, I think with populations such as these, obviously when you have infrastructure and you have water damage, you have wind damage, it exacerbates not only the safety of the individuals who don't evacuate, but those who have to rescue them. So one of the priorities that Team Rubicon will have is how do we help these teams, these emergency responders, be able to serve these communities. And again, it becomes work that oftentimes doesn't need to be done, but we'll have to do things such as clear roadways for safe passage so these teams can get to the people who might need to be aided or in sometimes rescued at these points in time. So again, like our safety, it being paramount for our volunteers, we encourage all of these communities to heed the warnings of the officials in that jurisdiction.
Yes, certainly. And talk to us about the response here, because it really does have to be multi-pronged. In some areas, as you were talking about, you have wind damage, and others it's down power lines, down trees that are blocking roadways, or, God forbid, into property as well. And then you have flooding and storm surge. On top of all of that, power outage, we just heard that updated number, 300,000 people, and sweltering temperatures on the way later this week for many of these areas. How does one even go about assessing all of this and deploying the need? How are your teammates preparing for a mission like this?
Yeah, this was a big storm, and it's going to be a big response. And the reality is our preparations have been happening for months and years prior to this. We have teams that are pre-positioned, that have the ability to do difficult and complicated services such as clearing roadways or operating saws. We have people, on the books that have already registered their availability to be able to deploy in these areas to help. And the reality is the training that we've done, the training that we actually executed 11 months ago just south of where this hurricane made landfall in Fort Myers, is the same training we'll use. We'll be tarping roofs. We'll be mucking out homes. We'll be clearing roads. And while doing this in an environment that's very challenging, anybody who's watched the weather understands that these heat waves do make it incredibly difficult. And again, the safety of our volunteers will be paramount. So that will drive work cycles.
And, we are looking at some of this video together in some of these areas where you have a feet of storm surge and flooding. It is so tempting. And there are residents out there with their inner tubes. There are residents who are out there, just trying to have a good time and get some good video. And, I'm sure they understand that they're taking personal risk and responsibility when they're doing this. What is your message to them, though? Because is the concern that they could end up in an emergent or rescue situation and divert those resources or put themselves in harm's way?
Yeah, I think one of the things that's echoed by your previous guests here is, this is a time when maintaining your own safety actually contributes to the safety of the entire community. And one of the things that Team Rubicon has found in thousands of responses is there are always hidden dangers. There's dangers underwater. After a fire, there's dangers in the ashes. And one of the best things you can do is simply allow the professionals and the emergency managers to do their work and wait for that all safe. So, like your previous guests, I encourage them to stay put, to be able to take care of themselves and make sure that they're actually contributing to the solution instead of causing, potential problems.
Yeah, Art delaCruz, appreciate your time and the work that you do so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.